really contributed to the economy. They've helped in many, many ways, but when you put an additional 12, 15,000 people in a city of only 58,000 and do that over a 3-year period of time or so, you have some natural challenges that you face.
When these not true things were said, it caused bomb threats. You had to close some of the schools. You had to put the state troopers there. I think the community colleges had to go on remote. Do you think some of those scares, some of them were probably foreign, came from foreign instigators, but do you think some people were motivated by hearing Donald Trump say this about Haitians eating pets and that it helped cause these problems to some extent?
Well, we saw a lot of these threats coming from outside the United States. And I think that anytime we have people and countries, we won't name names, but who want to cause us problems, and I think when they see an opportunity, they act. And that's what they saw.
But I'm talking about the domestic people who did it. Do you think in some ways there's some responsibility on Trump and Vance for helping sort of gin these people up?
Well, I just think everybody needs to cool the rhetoric and calm it down. I can't say why someone was motivated or what they did, but what's happened now is we have not had that for the last 10 days, 12 days, and that's a very, very good thing. What motivates people domestically to make those calls or what motivates them overseas, I guess we'll never really know. But we reacted because we had to. Parents didn't feel comfortable, teachers didn't feel comfortable, so we put, as you said, members of the Ohio State Highway Patrol directly into those schools, and it worked. We were able to keep the schools open, which we thought was very, very important, and I think parents and students and everyone else teachers felt much more comfortable because we did that.
You know J.D. Vance quite well. You're from the same state. You've worked with him quite a bit and even supported him. Have you talked to him on this?
No. I've not talked to him about this. I didn't think, frankly, that would do any good. I think...
Wait, why wouldn't it do any good?
Well, they kept talking about it. They kept talking about it and didn't stop talking about it. They finally did. But I think if you look at the bigger problem, I'm going to put this maybe in context. We have not in this country been able to control the southern border. I publicly said the Biden administration's not done what they should have done in regard to the southern border. But we've seen this for a long time, where the problem of illegal immigrants has clouded and frankly stopped us from doing anything constructively in regard to reform about legal immigrants. We as a country have a right to control who comes into this country, but we really have not had a good debate about that or a discussion even about that for a long, long time. And I think it's frankly the problem with the illegal kind of permeates every discussion, and we never can get down to who should be in this country. For example, the Haitians are here, they're here legally. We have other people who face oppression or violence or great danger in their country who are also here legally. This is not something new, though. I remember, when I was in grade school in the Hungary Revolution, and the tanks came in from the Soviet Union, and there were people who fled. We let them into the United States. We did the same thing when Castro came to power, and we wanted to help the people, the Cubans who were fleeing from Castro. We've done it throughout our history. So there's nothing really new about singling out people who are facing great oppression, great violence, great danger, and saying, we're going to let you come into the United States.
You and your wife have a personal interest in this. You've been to Haiti maybe 20 times, I think. You really care about the plight of people seeking asylum. Tell me how that has informed your response to this.
Well, I would hope that if the folks who came to Springfield were from some other country and fleeing oppression there, that my reaction would have been the same. I think it would have been. Well, you're right. Fran and I have been to Haiti over 20 times. We worked with a Catholic priest in Haiti who's in a very, very poor section of Port-au-Prince, and he has about 5,000 students who go to school, and we've worked with him for many, many years. He just does the Lord's work. He does amazing work. And so I think it gives me a better perspective. You know, when you look at people who are coming from Haiti today, uh, there has not been really good health care, I guess, ever in Haiti. But in the last 2 years, it's gotten a lot worse because what's happened since the president of Haiti was murdered, we've seen a lot of Haitian doctors who've just fled the country. So the people who come to Springfield have not, had the benefit of significant health care. And that, again, is one of the challenges that we're addressing. The hospital's doing a great job. We have other clinics that are doing a great job, and it's a process. We're working on it.
Donald Trump says if he's elected, he's going to get rid of this status for Haitians, which is that they're here legally. And he's going to try to deport them all. Do you support that?
No, I would not be in favor of that. And I will tell you, if you waved a wand and every one of the Haitians that came to Springfield was gone, we would see a lot of our companies who would not have enough people to work. A lot of our companies who would go from 2 shifts down to 1 shift. So a lot of the progress we've seen made in Springfield, and this is, as you know, historically a manufacturing city, but a city beginning about 1970 that really started going down as far as the employment and down in population. We've seen a tremendous improvement of that in the last 5, 7, 10 years, where new companies have come in, companies that have been there, manufacturers have expanded. Springfield has a lot of strategic advantages. It's very close to Columbus, 45 minutes from Columbus, which is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. We're close to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which employs a huge civilian population. It's gone from 19,000 to about 38,000 in the last 10 years. So this area of the state is booming, and Ohio is moving forward. So if you would instantly take those Haitians out who go to work every single day and want to work very, very hard, a lot of those companies would not be able to do what they're doing, and it would certainly hurt us.
In 2019, you signed a law that prohibits abortion after the 6 weeks of pregnancy, before many women know that they're pregnant. And it contains no exceptions for the victims of rape or incest. A judge later temporarily blocked that ban, leaving abortion legal up to 22 weeks. And then last year, the voters of your state, by a pretty large majority, 57%, opted to enshrine abortion rights into the state's constitution. How do you see this playing out for Republicans and the electorate now?
Well, to me, this is a very important thing. I mean, I am pro-life, which means that I believe we have an obligation to protect human life. It's what I tried to do during COVID. It's what I've tried to do in expanding care in Ohio for pregnant mothers who may be poor, may not have access to doctors. We put a lot of focus on that. It's very, very important, and protecting life. And so I accept what the vote was of the people of the state of Ohio. That is not how I voted. And, my wife Fran and I did a TV ad against that because we felt so very, very strongly about it. But our job today, and I remind my team every day, is to continue to try to create a situation where a mom is pregnant, that she legitimately does have options. And we give her the help that she needs and allow her then to make her decision. But we obviously would encourage her to have that child, have that baby.